How's it going? I'm Enoch from Molly's Rex Ventures, and today we have a few packages that we're going to open up. We have a new power system from Comvolt, and we have an AC unit from Velit. Let's get into it. They also ship it in a cardboard around this as well. When you get it, let it lay flat. Good packaging. 1, 2, 3. There's the trim for the inside. This is the foam seal that goes around this part, which will also give me a template for the frame that I need to make for it as well. This is a fiberglass roof. We got to do some reinforcing. Some zip ties and wire holders. Some more foam blocks. We've got some metal rails that it looks like I'm gonna have to install. This is the power. This is a DC AC unit. So this will plug right into the Comvolt system, and then this goes to the AC unit. I'm super excited about this. Miscellaneous screws and bolts, and our instructions and a remote. So you don't have to, have on your phone or whatever. You can just do it with this. But this also has an app, so you can do everything through your phone. And they also have a room unit that you can put on the wall if you want. And that's everything you need to do the installation too. There shouldn't be any extra parts or things that you have to get, other than if you have to reinforce your structure, then obviously you'll have to do those parts. But as far as the assembly, this has all the parts with it. This thing is heavy. This actually weighs more than the AC. And this is a complete power system. All of the connections, all the good stuff that you'll need, so there's no extra stuff you have to do unless you want to. First box. Well, these are Anderson connectors. Nice. So it looks like a couple of multi-point Anderson connectors, and some more wiring. We got fuses. This is my favorite fuse. I'm so glad that they chose this style fuse. It looks like we got a nice ground wire and a positive wire. I'm assuming, and we'll get to there when we get there, but I'm assuming that is for a DC to DC unit. We got some more fuses here, and then a T60 connector, I think, or T90, maybe a T90 connector. So this is like a high amperage output. Looks like this is a trigger wire. I can turn. This is the DC to DC charger. So we'll connect the different components. This is the trigger wire. I could also run this to here, and then that would be the trigger wire, or this could also be for triggering on the power system itself. But this is an on and off switch essentially. Got a 12-volt waterproof lithium charger, which is all we need because this is a lithium battery. And since it is a waterproof, completely sealed unit, I think I might mount this on the bottom side of the Chinook on the outside, so it can stay nice and cool, not build up a lot of heat, and that should be really good, I think. Box number 2, instructions. This is a AC to DC power. So we have your 2-plug connector. So I'll put a pass-through on the side. I don't know where exactly yet, but this will be connected to the pass-through. This will be connected to the battery. And then if we do have shore power, we'll just be able to plug it right into the shore power, and we can charge the battery while we're stationary, which will be nice, especially when we're running the AC and stuff. This will mitigate the AC running and keep the battery topped off. The second one, because you never have enough speed. So this is one of the most power dense batteries that I have found on the market, and this is one of the main reasons that I decided to go with it. This entire battery is the size of 1,000 watt-hour Jackery, and it has 4,000 watt-hours. And it has every single connection that you need on it, and none of it is proprietary, which is another big reason that I really think this is an awesome product. These are all standard connectors, so there's nothing special that you have to purchase to run these connectors. Your standards on this side, and then we have our Anderson connectors over here as well. This is the T the T90 connectors, and these are the ones that you can plug, and they go right in there. And then you take the other one, so you can double charge this at 60 amps, and then these are both plugged in to power. Nice and clear. Power button kicks on. Obviously they send it completely empty basically. One of the unique things about this product is it has enough power in it that it will run this AC unit, and it can handle the draw from the AC unit. All right, last couple boxes here. This is the mounting bracket for the battery system. So this, I will mount this directly to the floor inside the Chinook. It'll sit right inside of there. And then we put the straps through here before we put the unit in, and it'll strap it in place. Last but not the least important, so they offer a couple of different systems. So this one in particular that I decided to go with is the DC power distribution unit, so DC PDU, and this has breakers and everything. So these are on and off switches, and then these are breakers. So if the breaker pops, this pops out, and then you just push it back in. Then we'll have all of the units, whatever we have powered throughout the vehicle, will just be plugged into here, and then we'll have all the different ports and stuff easily accessible on the cabinet system once I build that. And then this is the communication line. So this plugs into the side here, and then you plug this into these little COM ports that they have. It plugs in like that, and then this communicates with that, so it knows what power it's drawing and all that kind of stuff. It has like a smart aspect to it, keeps track of power usage and all that good stuff. And this is the connector for the main power to here. So this is going to go into that, and that's going to provide power from here to here. Now this base, now I'm starting to figure out all these components and what each thing does. What I am noticing is this is a multi-prong system that goes off. So these, I'm assuming, are going to go like that. That's going to go up to the other unit, so on and so forth, to power all the different things that need to be powered out of that 120 amp hour Anderson port. One of the big reasons why we decided to go with this system inside of the Chinook is simplicity, number one. And then, why I say number one? Really, number one is Ella, 8-year-old dog. As you saw her, she's very adorable. If we decide to go off on a little trip, she can hang out in the vehicle, be nice and cozy with the Velit and the Comvolt system running and keeping it nice and cool for her. If you're in a humid environment where a passive fan just isn't going to move enough air for you to even be slightly cooled down, this is a true refrigerant AC unit that will work in the highest humidity or the driest of deserts. And there's also a unit that they sell for the larger vans that has a fan built into it and an AC, so you get the best of both worlds with that unit. You should definitely check that out if you have a larger RV or a big van build. He's got a lot of really good options for those larger guys. This is the Mini, which is good for a small van, a small RV style like we're doing here. Especially once we get that pass through in there, we're gonna be cooling this entire vehicle, not just the cab in the back. So the Velit AC Mini here is 48 pounds, which is super light in my opinion. It's gonna go on the top very easily. So that's not gonna be a problem, because this is a roof that goes up and down. So I didn't want anything that was going to be excessively heavy. Now the Comvolt being a battery, the more power dense a battery is, the heavier it is. So this whole unit right here is about 60 pounds. Everything is built into this system. So this battery right here will run the AC unit, if I remember correctly, for 6 to 8 hours. Obviously depending on duty cycles, all that fun stuff. But it has a very long lifespan on that. If you're offsetting that with solar, shore power, then you could basically run it indefinitely. This is one of the few systems on the market that there's a plug and play DC system for the AC unit. The AC unit running off of a DC powered, it's not a common thing, and it's really cool to see that a company has put together something that is so turnkey, easy installation, easy assembly. Looks like it's probably going to take me about an hour to do the installation for this. Mainly cutting the hole is going to be the hardest part. Everything else is very straightforward, bolt on, screw in, and you're ready to rock and roll. So we're going to get into the installation process and see where it takes us.